Hello, and welcome back to another session with Matty T. You're watching MDT 888 Spirit Guidance. John 4:24. God is a spirit, and they that worship him must worship in spirit and in truth. Okay? All right, so welcome back, you all. I know I took a week off. I needed to rest. Y'all understand. Those of you that burn the candle at both ends sometimes, you understand what that's like. But nonetheless, I'm back here. Sometimes you got to take them breaks, y'all. You have to take those breaks so that you don't break down, all right? So that the car don't completely break down. You got to give the vehicle, the body, a break every now and then. So thank y'all for being here, and we're gonna jump right into this. Today is Monday, December 29th, 2025, and y'all, we're a few days away from Gregorian calendar year 2026. What a year 2025 has been. All right, but nonetheless, listen. Y'all noted the name change. We don't call this Matty T's Twin Flame Guidance anymore because Spirit might send me down a different path or a different direction, okay? But nonetheless, we will continue with the format, which is Divine Feminines on Mondays, Divine Masculines on Wednesdays, and general Divine Joint or general collective readings on the weekends, okay? I used to do them on Fridays, and it started getting to where they ran into Saturday, so now I just say it on the weekend. But anyway, y'all, also would like to invite you to take a moment and browse my collection of books available at www.mtalfordarts.com. You can see the library on the screen there. I call it a library because the library is where you're going to find the most books, but this is a bookstore, and I have a collection of books there that I want you all to browse and check out, okay? I'm pretty sure that you'll find something there that you will find interesting if you are an avid reader, okay? They're perfect for you or perfect as gifts for someone else. So check out my flagship book, From Fear to Faith, A Survivor's Story, which will illustrate to you how having the right frame of mind, the right attitude can help you to overcome any circumstance, regardless of how dire it may seem, okay? Then, of course, there is the wildly popular Stuck in an Elevator, which is a fictitious tale of romance, if you will. Let's call it passion and self-discovery that takes place high above the Los Angeles skyline. You may just find yourself in one of those characters, okay? And that's a short read. That one is a pretty quick read, okay? And then, of course, there's Captain's Mate for the tennis community out there. You're not going to find another book like it, I promise you, okay? Leadership, skills, strategy, all of that can be found in that book. And then last but not least, my most recent publication, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine, okay? That book is a book that is for anyone that considers themselves to be a high-level soulmate or a twin flame, for anyone that considers themselves to be on the twin flame journey and is trying to figure it out, okay? There's a lot of information out there. This book attempts to focus on you and the healing that is necessary to arrive at inner union. Once you arrive at inner union, outer union, if it is scheduled for you, is going to happen as a natural byproduct. But the beauty of it is you really don't search for anything outside of yourself anymore once you understand, and overstand how to heal your energy. That book has it all for you, including some pretty cool songs that map perfectly to the twin flame journey, okay? All right? Or soulmate, okay? Or I won't say the other word that starts with a K, but you'll find that, especially if you're divine masculine, you're going to find that those songs apply, okay? Divine feminine too. But anyway, that book's a lot of fun, but it's also a book that is going to foster healing within you. Once you foster the healing within you, the healing in your connection happens as a natural byproduct. And the beauty of it is, again, you're not looking for it because you are whole, you are one, okay? And you are unstoppable. Now, let's get on into today's reading, y'all. Let's get on into today's reading. I did not shuffle the cards in advance, so I'm going to shuffle them real time. And we're going to find out, Divine Feminine, what messages Spirit has for you today. What does Spirit have to say to you, Divine Feminine, okay? We're going to shuffle the cards, and we're going to pull a card, see what happens, see what comes out, see what Spirit wants to say to you guys. Maybe Spirit wants to talk to you about what your current energy is. Maybe Spirit has some advice for you. Maybe Spirit has something completely different that I'm not aware of at the moment that the cards might show me that Spirit wants to say to you, Divine Feminine, okay? Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here. I love you guys so much. You have no idea how much I love you all. I'm going to shuffle these one more time, split the deck, and see what comes out, okay? Divine Feminine. I don't know what the title of this reading yet. I think it's going to depend on what the cards say, okay? So, and of course, I'm going to pull a Rose Oracle advice card for you or at the end of this reading, okay? Let's go ahead and start pulling some cards. I'm going to take that one right there. And you know what? Since this one is peeking his head out, I'm going to take that one right there. And I'm going to turn the cards over and see what's on the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck, energy, overall energy, this is good. Spirit wants you guys to know that you guys have either achieved success or success is going to show up very shortly, okay? Now, y'all know how I like to do it. Speak those things that are not as though they were. If that is your desire, if you desire, I'm just going to take that card instead of pulling up the whole deck. If you want to be in that Six of Wands energy of victory and success, then just say, I have victory. I have achieved success. You know what success looks like for you. It could be in the area of love. It could be in the area of finance. It could be in the area of family. Could be in the area of work, whatever. You know what that is for you. But let's turn the other cards over and see what came out, okay? We have, and I don't read reversals with this Light Seers Oracle, not Oracle. I don't read reversals with this Light Seers Tarot deck, so let's just see what comes out. Queen of Wands, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Queen of Wands, all right? So I think what Spirit is trying to say is that you guys, I love this message actually. Spirit is trying to say that you guys are engaging in some sort of creative activity right now, something that you are passionate about that has to deal with or that has the potential to earn you guys a lot of money. There's a lot of money in the air right now. I'm seeing that in astrology and in tarot. A lot of the tarot readers are talking about abundance trucks pulling up and dropping off packages at your door. Okay, spiritually, energetically. This card right here speaks to that same energy. That energy is out there. So whatever you guys have been doing, whatever creative works that you guys have been working on, they are something that is going to lead to some sort of Seven of Pentacles energy. Now, Seven of Pentacles is a card that says, hey, you know what? I'm planting the seeds. I am planting the seeds. I'll put them in the ground. Your activity, you're doing some activity that has planted the seeds for success for you, okay? Planted the seeds for success. Why? Because the Six of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. So that's telling you whatever it was that you were doing, whatever activity that you were engaged in that has the potential to grow. Seven of Pentacles, if you look in the traditional, and some of the other decks I use, one of the ones that jumps out at me right now is one of my favorite decks, the Light Seers deck. But in the Light Seers deck, the Seven of Pentacles card, the imagery there is an individual that has planted some seeds in the ground and he's watching them grow. Okay, so this card, this is why it's called potential. This is why it's called potential. But again, whatever that potential is, Spirit is here to let you know that whatever it is that you guys are doing is going to be successful. Okay. The Queen of Wands, she's very creative. She's very beautiful. Some of you guys out there, you guys have upgraded your looks, okay? Some of you guys, whether you're masculine or feminine, they're carriers of the divine feminine energy. Again, it is just energy. You may be a male that carries that divine feminine archetype, which pretty much means one of your feminine energy zones is your most powerful, okay? One of your feminine energy zones is the most powerful and the most prominent. It could be your sacral chakra, where your creativity is. It could be your heart chakra, your love frequency, your love, the love that you give out, the care, the compassion that you give to yourself and to others. It could also be that third eye energy, that intuition, that perception, okay? So that's all that means. And it's just energy. You could be a female. Obviously, the divine feminines, the majority of the divine feminine collective is female. The majority of the divine masculine collective is male. However, sometimes those roles are reversed and we see masculine, manly men that are carriers of the divine feminine archetype. And I love that because that means that they're wise, okay? That means they're highly creative. That means they're very passionate. That means they're very loving and nurturing. There's nothing, listen, you can ask any woman out there how safe she would feel with a masculine, manly man who's got a powerful heart chakra. When you've got a powerful heart chakra, especially as a man, you have the ability to diffuse conflict. You have the ability to diffuse conflict. The fight that you're guaranteed to win is the one that you don't have to engage in physically, okay? If you can win a fight without having to engage in one, you're Superman, okay? In a sense, spiritually, you're Superman. So, Ladies, you can ask any lady out there that is dealing with a man that is makes her feel safe. He's an alpha male, he's a sigma male, but he's got a big heart. They'll probably tell you, hey, look, that's not even worth. I'm not looking at trading that in. We got a no trade clause on that player, right? If you're in sports terms, we have a no trade clause on him. You can't trade. We slapped the franchise tag on. He's the face of the franchise, all right. But anyway, so I took you down the side road. This is the Queen of Wands energy right here. A lot of you guys are in that creative energy. You're passionate right now. You're looking good, male or female, and whatever it is that you've been creating, whatever your creative works were that you planted seeds for. This tells me, now this is a potential card, but guess what? It's clarified by the card that's at the bottom of the deck, which is the success card. So whatever you guys have been working on is going to be very successful. Spirit's urging me to pull an advice card for you. So let's see if there's any advice that Spirit has for you guys. Let's see. What advice does Spirit have for you? Okay. This is the Two of Swords. Crossroads, that now that can be double-minded. Guess what? I just sat up here and told you guys I don't read reversals with this Oceanic Tarot deck, but this card actually came out in the reverse. Okay, so what this is, and I'm gonna pull a clarifier in this, but I may not need it. What this is telling me is that Spirit, the advice that Spirit is giving you guys is that trust yourself. Okay, the two of Swords card upright is a card that says, hey, you know what? I'm not sure which way to go. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is someone who is blindfolded, holding two swords. Swords are thoughts, they're words. So if you've got it, it could also be seen as a card of doubt. A Two of Swords sometimes is a card of doubt. So with this coming out in the reverse position, and I know I told y'all I don't read reversals with this deck, but because of the nature of this reading, I'm going to honor that reversal. The only advice Spirit has for you guys is if you find yourself at a crossroad, trust yourself. You guys are going to be successful. The energy's right here. The energy is right here. Again, this has something to do with your creative projects, your work, anything you're doing for money, okay? This is not a love reading today. This is not a love reading, Divine Feminine, which you don't need it to be, okay? You don't need it to be. So I'm not going to pull a clarifier on that. I really don't need it. I don't need it. I think that anything else you need to hear is going to come out in the Rose Oracle. So I love this energy for you this week, Divine Feminine, okay? Whatever it is, again, you guys are looking good. You guys are looking good. And I don't care if again, females, you're looking good. Masculines, you're working on your look. You're working on your look. You guys are dapper right now. You guys have probably been putting in the work. Seven of Pentacles is a card of the work been put in, okay? Eight of Pentacles is you're working on something. Seven of Pentacles is, guess what? You planted the seeds. So fellas out there, if you're carrying the Divine Feminine archetype, guess what? You're going to be successful if any work that you've been putting in, you're looking good at it. Keep doing it. You're in the gym, you're working out, you've changed your wardrobe up, whatever. Keep it up, okay? And whatever creative projects you guys are working on, Spirit says, hey, you planted the seeds. And even though the Seven of Pentacles is a card where you're nurturing what it is that you planted and you're hoping that it's going to grow, it's got the potential to grow. With that Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck, that tells me it's hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It's going to hit. It has hit. Okay? Go to the future and bring it back to the present. It has already hit. Y'all learn how to master that technique. Learn how to master that technique of going into the future and seeing what it is that you desire and bringing it into the current. That is how you align with your highest self. That is how you align with your highest potential. Okay? Keep that creativity, okay? Some of you all, maybe that's a wand, so that wand's a fire. Some of you guys may have major placements: Sun, Moon, Rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, 7th house, North Node in a fire sign, okay? Mercury, Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, okay? And some of you guys may have major Earth placements: Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, okay? So wands, that's more fire. That's more fire. So you guys are fiery right now. And again, that advice card is that Two of Swords. It came out reverse. Remove any doubts that you have. Whatever it is that you guys have been working on, it's going to hit. It has hit. It has hit. Go into the future, pull out the result, and bring it into your current. Go to the future. It's not, I'm going to be successful. I am successful. Go into the future, get your result, and bring it into your current. Align these timelines. You've heard a lot of people in the spiritual / esoteric / energetic communities all say the same thing I'm about to say. The past, the present, and the future are all taking place at the same time. They're out there as possibilities. Linear time is an illusion, in a sense. Linear time goes with this body. This physical body is governed by linear time. However, the energy that drives this physical body is timeless. Therefore, the past, the present, and the future all are happening at the same time. So your message is not, I'm going to be successful with whatever it was I created and planted the seeds for that have potential. No, that potential has already turned into success, because the success cards, the Six of Wands, the victory card, is at the bottom of the deck, okay? Only advice the Spirit has for you all right now, and I just gave it to you in plain, I gave it to you a little differently. I said, hey, go into the future, get that success result, and bring it to your present. You guys know what you've been working on. You guys know what it is that you've been working on. I'm already successful. Start carrying yourself in the energy of victory, because you're already victorious. That's the energy. That's the overall energy for today's reading. The only advice Spirit has for you is remove any doubt. And I know sometimes when you're dealing with that Seven of Pentacles energy, where you planted the seeds and you're hoping it'll grow, hope sometimes comes with doubt. But Spirit is saying, this card came out in the reverse position, saying remove the doubt. Okay, you're not at a crossroads. Swords is mind. That's mental energy, words. Okay, you're not at a crossroads. You've already achieved success, and that is clarified, or that is verified by the bottom of the deck, the Six of Wands. Okay, let's put these tarot cards away. I love the energy this week, Divine Feminine. You guys are winning. You guys have been winning. You guys started off 2025 rocky. 2025 started off shaky for you, but you all righted the ship. You all corrected course, and you guys have been winning all fourth quarter. Q4. And y'all know in sports, the fourth quarter is the most important quarter of the game, because the second half, really, the whole second half, because I have seen, I'm just going to shuffle these and put them away. Okay? I'm just going to shuffle them and put them away. Just wanted to see if there's any other messages on the bottom there. Nope. Okay. All right. So, you guys, the second half is always the most. Look, I remember that one year. Not to bring sports into this too much, but as I'm shuffling the cards, but I remember that one year years ago, and I don't remember the exact year, but I remember the game. Because I was pulling for the Houston Oilers. I was a big Warren Moon fan at the time, and the Houston Oilers were in the AFC Championship game against the Buffalo Bills, and they had them down 35-3. They had them 35-3, and it was looking like, hey man, I'm gonna see my man Warren Moon playing in the championship game, the NFL Super Bowl, against the Dallas Cowboys. And Dallas was rough that Dallas had a tough defense and offense that year, but the Oilers were running this. They were running this playbook that you don't see anymore. It was called the run and shoot. And that run and shoot is pretty much 4 wide receivers, 1 running back, and a quarterback. That was the only formation they ran out of the entire game. And Warren Moon being a lethal quarterback, they had a great offensive line that could block, give him time to throw. They would just pick defenses apart. And the Buffalo Bills were known for having a great defense. So to see the Houston Oilers go up 35-3 on Buffalo at the half with the defense that Buffalo had, the game was looking like it was over. But guess what? Buffalo came out of that game in the second half and outscored the Oilers 35-0 en route to a 38-35 victory. So the second half is always the most important. Throw out whatever happened in the first half, throw it out, because it can always change. And what I see is that what I saw in 2025 is that a lot of the divine, and I wasn't doing these readings at the early part of 2025. You all know I've only been doing these readings. This channel is only about a month and some change old. Okay. However, I'm always abreast of the energy. I'm always staying abreast of the energy. Why? How do I know? This book, Twin Flames. Okay. That book was inspired by some events that took place in the first half of, to be honest with you, it's been inspired by the last 5 years of my life, to be honest, 5-6 years of my life. However, there were events that book was not, I didn't have any plans to write that book prior to 2025. There were some events that happened in the first half of 2025 that triggered the downloads that produced that book. Okay. So I know the energy. A lot of you in the Divine Feminine Collective were on, you had your back against the ropes in boxing terms. Y'all, I use a lot of sports terms, y'all. You had your back against the ropes, and a lot of you were taking a beating emotionally. A lot of you were taking an emotional beating, some of you spiritual beatings even, some of you. But a lot of the Divine Feminine Collective was taking some heavy hits in the first half of 2025. But you guys didn't give up. You steadied the ship. You made adjustments. You went in at the halftime, made adjustments, and you came out. And let me tell you something. The energy I've seen in the final 3 months of this year, you all have been, it is whatever work you put in from June forward, the results really started showing up around October. October, November, here we are in December. And now to see a reading like that, success, you guys are there. So give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a hug, because you did the work. You did the work. A lot of you are working with your spirit guides. You're working with the Most High, the Holy Spirit, the feminine voice of wisdom. A lot of you listening to your ancestors. A lot of you denying yourself, because a lot of you wanted to react to the energies that were coming at y'all in the first half of the year. But you didn't react and you didn't give up. You listened to that high vibrational, quiet, slow moving spirit advice. Okay? Y'all know I say it a lot on my mtalford channel. And I've said this in some astrological videos a year or two ago. Dark karmic energy, it moves quickly. It's got to move quickly because it's got to keep you asleep. So it's constantly keeping you coming at you. Bah, 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 bah. The Holy Spirit, the divine, is slow moving. It's slow but steady. It's like, nah, don't react. Don't react. Respond. Just relax. That Holy Spirit, that high vibrational spiritual energy is here to teach you and guide you and let you know that your faith is built under pressure. When things are coming at you, that faith is being built under pressure. Why? Pressure is coming. It's coming. That rain, it goes from beating down hard this way to beating sideways at you. Okay? But just keep your feet moving. Sometimes you got to take that umbrella from here to here and lean in. But keep walking. Take your time, because you know what? It's that inner knowing that I don't care what's going on around me. I'm going to get to where I'm going. And a lot of y'all did that. A lot of you did that against a lot of you had to put your flesh aside. A lot of you had to put your flesh. This is starting to feel like a year-end reading, and I guess it is, because this is the last Monday in 2026. So maybe 2025. Look at me. See, I said go to the future and bring that result forward, right? Maybe I just quantum jumped to 2026. Some of y'all gonna see by the end of the year how successful you are. Okay, I didn't say will be, are how successful you are. But anyway. This is the last Monday in 2025. So maybe this isn't end of the year reading, but I want you guys to understand and overstand that you are going into 2026 victorious, as we saw with that Six of Wands card. You guys put that work in. You put your own flesh aside and say, you know what? I'm not going to react to this. I'm not going to come sideways at my person. I'm not going to come sideways at these people that's trying to get at me, that's trying to rob me of my joy, that's trying to steal my energy. Got these dark forces out here trying to come. I'm going to put my head down. Yeah, I took a beating, but I know what I want. I know what is mine. I know that what is mine is mine. It cannot be taken away from me. There's no such thing as destiny swapping. I'm just going to keep going forward like this stuff that's going on around me ain't even going on. And guess what that does? That produces that effect. The stuff, when you say I'm going to keep moving like this stuff that's going on around me ain't even going on, that is exactly the outcome that you get. The stuff that's going on around you ceases to be real, because all of it is an illusion and a distraction. When you don't look at it and you don't give any energy to it, remember, where attention goes, energy flows. A lot of you took your attention away from the things that were coming at you, that were attempting to put you in low vibrational energy. And you say, you know what? I'm going to get through this. And here you are. Here you are. Here you are. The Queen of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, all clarified verified by the Six of Wands. Okay? That's a lot of fire, passion, activity. You guys did it. You did the work. And you got that grounded, stable earth energy. You planted the seeds. What is Spirit saying to you all? Spirit said, Two of Swords in reverse. Remove all doubt. Take the blindfold off and see your victory. You already have the victory. Two of Swords upright in the traditional deck, that's somebody blindfolded. In the traditional tarot deck, the Two of Swords upright is somebody blindfolded. Okay, a woman blindfolded. How about that? A blindfolded female, divine feminine energy. Okay, I can't see which way to go. Which way should I go? Should I go here? Should I go there? Two Swords in reverse. Take the blindfold off. And in today's reading, the message is simple from Spirit. Take the blindfold off and behold your victory. All right, let's get you an oracle card advice, y'all, and then we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all for being here today. I love this energy for you all, divine feminine. Congratulations. Congratulations. Y'all did the work. You are so deserving of all of the rewards that are coming your way. Okay? Okay? I'm gonna pull you guys two cards. I'm gonna pull. Spirit told me to take the one off the bottom. I honored that. Okay? And I'm gonna get you guys one more card. Okay, you know what? Spirit's directed me to go get a different deck. I'm going to get you guys a Starseed Oracle deck because a lot of y'all are Starseeds, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to shuffle these Starseed Oracle cards and see what comes out for you all. Thank y'all for being here. I love this reading. I hope y'all love it. If you like this reading, give this video a thumbs up for me, okay? Hit that as a pause, stop what you're doing, and hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you like being entertained and inspired, I love that card. I love it. I love that card that just came out. All right? Hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit that subscribe button. All right, here we go, y'all. Here we go. The cards that came out for you, from the Rose Oracle deck, the card that came out is the Thorn. The Thorn. Protection. Look at that energy. Does she not look unbothered? Does she not look unbothered, y'all? You see what I'm saying? Look at the rose in the hands. Look at that beautiful white rose in the hand. There are a lot of thorns around her hands, but guess what? Nothing is penetrating and getting to that flower, that rose, the thorn. Protection, boundaries, and clear communication, okay? Protection, boundaries, and clear communication. That clear communication, this card right here clarifies that Spirit Advice card, which was the Two of Swords in reverse. Oh, Two of Swords upright, that's a card of doubt. I'm not sure which way I should go. That's unclear communication. That's dubious communication. Swords are communication. That's air energy. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. That's air energy. That's thoughts and words and communication. So when you got that Two of Swords upright, that's dubious communication. But that Two of Swords in reverse, that is communication that is clear. And look at the Oracle card that came out. I shuffled. Y'all saw me shuffle on screen. I shuffled. Boom. The Thorn. Protection, boundaries, and clear communication. That's exactly how a lot of you arrived at where you are right now. You arrived here because you guys are protected. 444 energy. That might be some of you guys' favorite angel number. 444. That's the energy of protection. Okay. Boundaries. A lot of you did not respond. You did not react. Rather, you did not react to what was going on in your life in the first half of 2025. You put up those boundaries. Okay. You said, hey, you know what? I'm protected. Like I just said, I'm going to keep moving forward. Nothing's going to knock me off my path. I know what my desires are. I know what God promised me. I'm going to keep going and it's going to come to me. Okay. So, and what's yours is protected. It's protected in the ether. It's protected in the ether. What does the scripture say? The scripture says, lay not up for yourself treasures on where moth does corrupt and thieves do break in and steal. It said, lay up for yourself treasures in heaven where neither the moths corrupt or thieves can break in and steal. Nobody can steal what's yours because it's established for you in the heavens. It's protected. What's yours is protected. All y'all did was respond to the negativity by putting up boundaries. And guess what? Guess what those boundaries did? They allowed you to hear and receive clear messages from Spirit. And that's how you all were able to turn around your 2025 and have a successful year here in the second half, especially in this fourth quarter. Okay? I'm going to read that from the book, and then we're going to move over to the New Earth card. My nose is itching, y'all. My nose is itching. They say that's spirit confirmation too. Okay, the Thorn. The Thorn. Let's read that. And I do not have my readers. If they're not in my laptop bag, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, let me just check my laptop bag and see if they're in there. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it. The Thorn. I'm going to hold it under here and give y'all some clear communication, okay? All right, here we go. The Thorn. Protection, boundaries, and clear communication. The rose is the queen of all flowers. Her soft and often fragrant bloom takes our breath away from near and far. A bridge between heaven and earth, she has the capacity to act as a portal to our true selves and call our soul more fully into our body. She leaves us in awe, allowing us to experience heaven on earth for a very precious moment. But the rose is not all gentle and soft. In fact, most roses are armored with spiky thorns and prickles of various shapes and sizes. These sharp protectors act like knights defending their queen, clearly setting the necessary boundary and conditions for her to do what she was born to do, Queen of Wands. Y'all see how this is all connected? We too are like the rose. So often we don't get taught how important clear communication and loving boundaries are to our relationships. When we're not clear on our needs, when we don't communicate them, when we don't take responsibility for them, it is impossible for others to give us what we need. This often results in a breakdown in the relationship. Remember what I told y'all, how y'all turned that around? How y'all turned 2025 around? Beautiful. Communicating our needs and establishing our boundaries allows not just us to feel safe, but those we're in a relationship with to feel safe as well. This card delivers the message of the importance of clear communication, boundaries, and taking responsibility for our needs. To be clear with others, we must first be clear with ourselves, and then communicate this to our loved ones and the world. And the soul inquiry for you with this card is, what loving boundaries are you being called to establish? I think a better question for y'all is, what loving boundaries did you establish in 2025 that led to the victory that you guys have received? Okay? Have received. The next question is, how are you being called to communicate clearly to those you're in a relationship with? Okay, that's a great soul inquiry. Some of you have communicated clearly. Some of you haven't yet. But remember that advice card from Spirit was the Two of Swords in reverse. Remove the doubt. Remove all doubts. You guys have already achieved victory. Okay? All right? There is no crossroads. You guys know exactly what it is that you want and exactly what is due to you. Okay? Exactly what you deserve. Communicate it, articulate it. All right? Go into the future, get it, and bring it to the present. I love that for y'all. Okay? All right? I love this card, y'all. I love this energy. I do love this energy. Okay? Y'all, some of y'all have done some amazing work here in 2025. Let's go on to the Starseed Oracle card. And this is the card that came out, and I love it. This card is a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Does this not perfectly summarize your tarot card reading today? Queen of Wands, followed by the Seven of Pentacles, each verified by that Six of Wands, which is a card of victory. And victory. You guys did it. You guys did it. You guys did it. Victory. You guys got it. You guys got the victory. Let's read this New Earth card. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. You guys held the vision. That's how come the New Earth is happening for you. And you all, the energy, y'all got to understand why there's a massive worldwide awakening of that divine feminine energy right now. Divine feminine energy is the energy of healing and nurturing. It's time for the earth to heal, okay? You guys had a vision for what you wanted in your lives. Guess what happens when you have so many thousands, if not millions, of divine feminines around the world that are waking up and creating a vision of how they want their lives to be? Because you are anchored in with the frequency of the earth, which is also feminine energy, by your seeing a vision, establishing a vision, holding sight of it, moving toward it, doing what you got to do, doing the work that's necessary to bring that vision about, you are helping to pull and feed back into the grid and feed that divine feminine energy of Mother Earth. And this is why the new earth is happening. It is happening because you guys were awakened. You were put here in this earth at this time, and you were awakened to do some work, and everybody's work is different, but it all leads to the same end. That is healing, nurturing, recovering, okay? Healing, recovering, and nurturing. You guys have done that work in your individual lives, and because you match the energy of the earth, divine feminine, there's a synchronicity happening. And you guys are co-creating with the divine and creating that new world that you held the vision for. Oh, I love this. Let me read it. Let me read the card, y'all, and we'll get out of here. The New Earth. The New Earth, okay? LMNOP. These are alphabetical. Hang on, maybe I'll just go to the where is this? Oh, Earth. Maybe, hang on, y'all. I don't know why this is not coming up. I'm in the wrong section for the alphabetical, obviously. Or am I not? All right, y'all. I got to find this card. The New Earth. Hang on. A New Earth. Maybe it's taking that first letter as I would not use the A, but guess what? It's at the front. Some of y'all are going from the back of the line to the front of the line, okay? Some of y'all have gone from the back of the line to the front of the line. It's the very first page of New Earth. I'm looking at the N and missing what was right there in front of me, the A. That might be a message for somebody, okay? All right? Some of y'all just need to open your eyes. That Two of Swords in reverse. Some of you guys need to open your eyes and see that the victory's already there. What I'm looking for in the back of the book was at the front of the book, okay? That's a message for you all. Maybe some of you all were in that dubious energy because you didn't know you were looking in the wrong place, not knowing that the work that you put in, the seeds that you planted, actually grew. Okay, they grew, they took root, and you guys are in that Six of Wands energy, which is victory and success. A new earth. Let me hold it under the light so I can see it. Thank y'all for being here. Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I told you, go in the future, grab that result and bring it forward, okay? Don't give up now. You're closer than you think. I know it's hard to hold the frequency of a new age when it feels as if so much is crumbling and so many are losing faith. This is your sign that you are facing the right direction. You have a great gift in being able to see the potential of things before they exist. Tend to the new seeds. Dream them into existence. What did I just say, y'all? Don't lose faith now. Keep your focus fixed. Two of Wands in reverse. Y'all see, I can't make this stuff up. This shows you how Spirit is working, how Spirit is at work. I was going to pull a second Rose Oracle card. Spirit said no. Put that away and go and get the Starseed Oracle deck, okay? And what's the card that comes out? A New Earth. And it is clarifying everything, clarifying and supporting everything that came out in the tarot cards and everything that came out in that Rose Oracle card, okay? Let me read that last sentence again and we'll move forward. Keep your focus fixed. Planting new seeds and bringing about a shift of the ages is no mean feat, okay? It requires extreme trust and a radical vision. If you pull this card, it is a reminder to have faith. You chose to be here, to be part of this global shift. Whether you are bringing it about through prayer and meditation or through working on a new project, job, or creation, Queen of Wands, keep going. It's happening. Do not give up now. The world needs more dreamers like you, more people with hope in their hearts. The road ahead may not be plain sailing. Ushering in a new age in times of change never is. You are being encouraged to remember that you've been working toward that what you've been working toward for so long is almost here. It's here. The Six of Wands, victory, success. Okay? Don't question yourself now. Oh my God, that's the Two of Wands in reverse. Don't question yourself now. Don't waver. Dig your devotion deep. Seven of Pentacles. For if you do, in the not too distant future, you'll be able to sit back and watch all that you've so carefully planted and nurtured grow and blossom. Okay? Do y'all see? Oh man. Do y'all see how this is all connected? Like, I couldn't have picked this card. It is possible. Keep focusing on your dreams. You're closer than you think. And the Starseed Soul Inquiry is, how can you keep holding the vision? Y'all, this is a very powerful message for Spirit, for my Divine Feminines. You guys are, you guys have done the work. The messages are all there. Spirit told you, remove the doubt. Take the blindfold off. There's no more, that two of, I told y'all I wasn't going to read that deck in reverse. And Spirit told me, nah, you're going to read this card. You want to honor the way this card came out because it goes with the reading. Two of Swords in reverse is the advice from Spirit. Take the blindfold off. You guys already got the victory. We saw it with the bottom of the deck, the Six of Wands. Congratulations, Divine Feminine. What a year. What a year you guys have had. You guys have done the work. A lot of you are already seeing the success, okay? The only advice from Spirit is, for those of you that are not seeing it, Spirit is saying take the blindfold off. It's there. It's here. Okay? Go forward into the future. Grab that version of you that is already successful and bring it forward. Because guess what? He or she watching this video already is. And on that note, I'm going to end this reading. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like button for me on the way out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like these high vibrational updates and messages from Spirit. Tell somebody else about the channel. Share this one. This one is high vibrational. Share it with somebody that needs to hear it, okay? And y'all, again, check out my library of books. If you are on that twin flame, I was about to say twin flame commercial. This is a twin flame commercial, I guess. If you're on that twin flame journey, y'all, please check out my book, Twin Flames, Understanding and Solving the Problem of the Avoidant, Dismissive, Divine Masculine. That is a book that you must have in your library, okay? It's going to leave you feeling great. It's going to leave you feeling great. I promise you that, okay? It is a high vibrational book. That book was given to me by Spirit. I was the writer. Spirit's in my ear talking. I'm the writer. That's how that worked. Okay. So I want you guys to check that book out. It's available at my website, www.talfordarts.com, in hardcover and in paperback edition, as well as at amazon.com in hardcover and paperback edition, as well as Kindle. And for those of you with Apple devices, it is in Apple's bookstore. So go to your Apple Books app and go to the store, browse. You can type in Match D. Talford, and you will see that book listed there. Okay, that's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And whatever day you're watching this, you could be watching this in 2026. You could be watching it here in 2025. But whenever you see this video is exactly when you're supposed to see it. I'm so happy for you all. I wish you continued success moving forward. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.